Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday's happy hour. So glad to have y'all here. As y'all jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. As y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. Glad to have y'all here. As y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. We're going to get this party started. Today we're talking about ways to recession-proof your finances, and specifically recession-proof your credit. Now, there's been a lot of talk about recession this and recession that, and a recession is coming. And there's some things that we should all know to prepare for the next upcoming recession that's inevitably going to happen anyway. And so as y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. We're going to get this party started. All right. Okay. All right. Cool. I think we're good. I've got some ones in the chat. As y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Let me know your name, where you're tuning in from. As y'all are jumping in here, just say hello. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear and see everything okay. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear and see everything okay. I think we are good. I think we are set. Today we're going to have a really, really, really good time. Look, y'all, I know that there's one thing that we all know, and the one thing that we all desire is to save money and keep more money in our pocket. And so there's a lot of fear that's been generated in these streets related to recession and not being prepared for a recession and, all these bad things that are going to happen during a recession. Well, I want to prep y'all not only just for your money, but your credit also, so that you'll know and have a guided way to protect your credit, protect your money, protect your finances, and ultimately protect your future. So as y'all jumping in here, just say hello. Hey, y'all. So glad to have y'all here. I've got ones in the chat. Hey, Liana. I've got Ashaki. Hey, y'all. I've got Latasha from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, Philip, welcome. I've got Chicago in the house. I've got Karen from Chicago in the house. Yumbella. She's in Illinois. I haven't heard that one. Is it Monmouth? Illinois? I got Virginia. Hey, Philip in the house. Jacksonville, Florida. Glad to have y'all here. Glad to have y'all here. Sandra in the house. Ones in the chat. All right, y'all. So if this is your first time here to a happy hour, just drop a 2 in the chat. If you're first time here to a happy hour, drop a 2 in the chat. So I see who is in the house today. If you've been here 2 times or more, I want you to drop a 3 in the chat. If you've been to a happy hour session 2 times or more, drop a 3 in the chat. If you're first time here, drop a 2 in the chat. Your first time here, drop a 2 in the chat. If you've been here 2 times or more, I want you to pop a 3 in the chat. 3 in the chat, because y'all know how we get down. Hey, y'all. I've got some 1. I got some 2s. I got some 3s. Glad to have y'all here. So here's the deal. There has been a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of fear around the idea of a recession coming, or recession being here, or recession looming on the horizon. Now, let's be 100, okay? I got to be 100 with y'all. Is that whether we realize it or not, a recession is always coming. A recession is always looming. A recession is always around the corner. No matter if the economy is up or not, a recession is always coming. And so it's our job and our responsibility to always be prepared for it, because it is inevitable. It has happened numerous of times in the history of the world, is that recessions are always going to happen. Now, I feel like a lot of people generally have maybe a misguided or misunderstanding of what a recession really is. And so when we think of what a recession is a cycle. It's a recycle. Not a recycle. It's a cycle in which there's a decline in economic activity, meaning that there's not many transactions that are happening out here in these streets. So generally speaking, when the economy is strong and when the economy is running the way it's supposed to, and when everyone's saying the economy is up, it's because everyone is spending money. There are transactions happening all of the time. But when there is a recession, it's typically because transactions are slowing down. The activity in the economy is slowing down. People aren't purchasing things how they used to. Interest rates are going up. These are signs of recessions. And so here's the thing. It's always going to happen. So I want y'all to put that in the chat. A recession is inevitable. But the reality of it is you can always be prepared for it. And I'm going to give you 13 ways to prepare for the next recession that's inevitably going to come, and the recessions that come even after that. Right? So if you guys want to be prepared, I want y'all to put some money bags in the chat. And we're going to get this party started. I love to see it. Now, I love the fact that we get to come here together and we get to learn something new. I love doing happy hours. One of the reasons, because I love educating. And so I wish that I had some of the education that I have now. I wish I would have had the knowledge that I have now. I wish I would have had that back then. And if I would have had that, I wouldn't have made so many poor mistakes and decisions with my credit and finances. But what do I always say? When you know better, you do better. And so I'm here today to show y'all how y'all can do better and get more out of your credit and get more out of your money. Now, I do see some newcomers in the house. So because I do got some newcomers in the house, I want to say welcome. My name is Jerry. I am the CEO of Flyy Credit and the creator of the Flyy Credit University. And this is where we help you learn how to play and win the credit game. So if you want to learn how to repair your credit, build 800 credit scores, save more money, pay off debt, build business credit, travel the world for free on credit, and ultimately stabilize your finances just by using credit, then the Flyy Credit University was designed just for you all, because I wish I would have known everything that I know now about credit. I made so many poor decisions. I've racked up credit card debt twice, $30,000 of credit card debt twice. I've been on the brink of bankruptcy. I've done so many things that most people should not do with their credit, but I've been able to recover from it. I've been able to build excellent credit scores even after that. I've been able to build business credit. And we've also been able to help our students get approved for $56 million plus. So people are getting approved left and right, all just having some simple education, some simple steps, and community, a supportive community that helps them win. So I love that you guys are here. Welcome to the happy hour. We do this every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's all about helping you win with your credit. So I'm glad to have y'all here. Let's get this party started. Now, if you want to learn if you want to know, the first thing you should do, if you really want to protect your finances and your credit and recession-proof it, is one, you should really be working on building excellent credit. So it's so easy to let our credit go by the wayside. It's so easy to say, I don't need credit, I'm just going to use cash. But hear me out. There are a lot of reasons why you should consider improving your credit scores. One, you'll be able to lower your rates, and lowering your rates is going to save you money. So think about it. Most people that are borrowing at extremely high interest rates are the ones that's spending the most of their non-disposable income. Most people don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay in interest payments, but they find themselves in that situation because they don't have good personal credit. Y'all, your personal credit is the reason why you're getting the high interest rates. Your personal credit is the reason why you're not able to even get some of the best offers on credit cards and loans. Even some of the apartments and living spaces require you to have good personal credit. There's just so many reasons why you need good personal credit. And so if your credit is not in a good place right now, you definitely need to get it there. If you got negative accounts on your credit reports, you need to start disputing that stuff. You need to start trying to clean that stuff up and cleaning up your credit report so that you can have better opportunities down the road. You don't want to be the person that's on the other end or on the bad end of the stick that's getting the crappy deals. Nobody wants to get denied, and nobody wants to get approved at crappy rates. So it's a catch-22 where if you don't build your credit, then there are a lot of opportunities that you can't take advantage of. And if you don't build your credit, then you won't be able to borrow at the best rates. And so in order to recession-proof your finances, you really do need to have good credit. You just do, because you're spending thousands of dollars just in interest payments just because you don't have good credit. So let's all commit, right, to at least striving to have good credit. Now, if you already have good credit, then it is very important to protect it. Protect your good credit. Don't pay anything late if you possibly can. If you can't pay everything on time, at least pay the minimum payment on your credit cards. So some people say, hey, I've got a lot of credit card debt. It's really hard to keep up with it. Right now, create a plan. create a plan to pay off. This is step number 2. Pay off your high interest debt. Now, your credit cards are eating most people alive. So if you're carrying balances on your credit cards, then you should know that the balances are eating away at your ability to save and invest because those balances are carrying high interest payments. Now, you need to reduce those high interest payments if you want to keep more money in your pocket. You have to. Otherwise, you're going to keep spending it and spending it and spending it. So pay off that high interest debt. Your credit card, though, that debt on those credit cards, they really need to go. The credit card debt is the reason why a lot of people pretty much go into bankruptcy. Credit card debt is the number one reason why most people end up in bankruptcy because they've taken on way too much debt. And credit card debt is really difficult to get out of once you've gotten into it. Has anybody racked up a lot of credit card debt before? Y'all, I've racked up $32,000 of credit card debt twice. And each time I did it, it was harder than before to dig out of it. Digging out of credit card debt is a chore. Digging out of credit card debt is very disheartening even at times because here you are trying to pay off this credit card debt and it just seems like it just keeps accumulating more. So you have to develop a plan if you're trying to pay off your credit card debt. And we teach a lot of this in our Money Mastery course. Our Money Mastery course can teach you how to pay off debt and how to pay off debt fast. Y'all, all the strategies that are in that Money Mastery course that I teach, as I have personally used to dig myself out of credit card debt and avoid going into bankruptcy. So you really do need to focus on paying off your high interest debt. Those credit cards are definitely something that you have to pay attention to. Now, another thing that you could do is that if you're trying to pay off your high interest debt, especially credit cards, let's say, for instance, you have 3-4 credit cards. And let's say they all have $10,000 balances, like $40,000 in credit card debt. Let's say you have that, right? At some point, those minimum payments on those credit cards are just going to be astronomical. And it's really difficult to keep track of $300 payments across 4 credit cards. It's like $1,200 in just minimum payments on credit cards. And let me tell you, if you're making the minimum payment on your credit cards, that's literally like putting a teaspoon of water on a full blazing fire. It hardly works, and it really puts you closer towards, destruction, honestly. So you really want to think about, well, how can I pay off this credit card debt? How can I minimize some of these interest payments that I'm paying? Well, one thing that you could do is that you can consolidate your debt. Now, it can be a little difficult to consolidate debt if you're already maxed out on your credit cards, because the only way to consolidate your debt is to get a consolidation loan. Now, you can get a consolidation loan from your bank. You can use even a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, to consolidate some debt. But the idea is to consolidate this high interest debt and turn it into, 1, manageable payments, and 2, you want to convert that high interest into lower interest. So what is 20% APR on your credit card could easily turn into 4 to 7% interest on a consolidation loan. Now, you should be aware that the interest payments are calculated differently on credit cards than they are calculated on loans. So not knowing the difference can also get you in trouble too. But consolidating your debt is definitely a way where you can, 1, get rid of your credit card debt, and then 2, create, a one lump sum loan that you can focus on paying off. Now, I would suggest cutting up the credit cards if you don't have enough discipline to not swipe them as you're paying off your consolidation debt, because I did that. I consolidated my credit card debt into a loan, and the payments were much more manageable. But the problem was I was still swiping my credit cards because I was building a business, trying to live. It was a whole mess. So if you want to, maximize and protect your finances, then one way to do that is to consolidate your debt. Now, there are a couple of benefits to doing this. If you consolidate your credit card debt, 1, once you pay off that credit card debt, that'll bring down your credit utilization. So what was once, let's say, 100% of utilization on your credit cards, now that you've paid that debt off using your consolidation loan, now you're able to, raise your credit scores because your utilization is down. And two, you can also keep building your credit history as well. So there are a couple of benefits to doing this, but you do have to pay attention to the interest rates, because sometimes the interest rates on a consolidation loan or even the payment on your consolidation loan could still be probably a little bit much, but it's still better than paying 4 credit cards that, all 4 have 17 to 22, 24% interest that you're paying. It could be quite a bit. So manage those payments, pay off that high interest debt, and do it smart. And using a consolidation loan is definitely a way that you can definitely do that. Y'all got that? Now, another way that you can go about that is also using a balance transfer trick. Now, I also teach this in a money mastery class where you can leverage balance transfer credit cards, because some balance transfer credit cards give you 0% rates for the first, 12 to 18 months. So think about it. 0% rates equals free money. So if you transfer high interest debt to a credit card that has a 0% rate, then you'll be able to save on the interest payments. Genius. So that's definitely a really key way for you to manage your finances, for you to recession-proof your credit, and for you to keep building on your credit and getting rid of some of those interest payments that you may be making. All right. So number 4 is you want to also check your credit cards. Okay. Now, for some people that already have credit cards, you may have credit cards that have really good benefits, but some of those credit cards have annual fees. Some of those credit cards have annual fees. Now, I have quite a few credit cards that have annual fees. And when you add up all the annual fees on your credit cards, they can add up. They can easily add up. I mean, not the Chase, but the American Express Platinum, as a matter of fact, has a $695. I think it's, $695. Right. $695 annual fee. It used to be, I think, $595 at one point, but the fee went up. So think about paying $700 on an annual fee on a credit card. And if you're paying these fees on these credit cards, I want you to take a look at those credit cards and ask yourself, is this really necessary? Am I getting all the benefits and all the perks out of these credit cards that are charging me annual fees? And if you're not getting the perks out of those credit cards, then don't cut them up. Rather, downgrade them. So downgrade your credit cards that have annual fees if you have to save yourself some money, because those annual fees can definitely add up, and that could be something that you may not necessarily want to keep taking on. Now, some people say, well, shouldn't I just close a credit card if I don't want to use it? Now, I'm not a really big fan of the idea of closing credit cards. I never close credit cards, actually. I did this one time when I was, learning about credit. I actually once closed one of my oldest credit cards thinking that I was getting rid of debt. And unfortunately, I actually dropped my credit score significantly, mainly because I had lost credit history. I had that card open for like 10 years. I didn't even run a balance on that credit card. I didn't have any debt on that credit card, but I went and closed it, just being stubborn and just being really frustrated with credit. And I didn't want to find myself in credit card debt again. So my idea was, I just need to cut these things up because they're the devil and they just want to get you in debt. I had all these stories that I was playing in my mind about why credit wasn't for me, why credit was a trap, why credit wouldn't work, and why people should not use credit. But then when I really started to learn how to actually use it, my mindset about that changed drastically. When I learned how to actually use it as a tool and not to consume, that's when everything changed for me. So instead of closing out your credit cards, develop a different strategy with your credit cards. Because I can guarantee you, it's not the credit cards that's the problem. It's how we manage them that's the problem. It's how you utilize them that's the problem. So don't cut up your credit cards. Instead, try to either downgrade your credit cards, or you can ask them for a retention offer. Now, a lot of credit card companies spend a lot of money to acquire customers, to get people to apply for their credit cards. They spend a lot of money between marketing and, all these different ways to get new customers. They spend a lot of money. And think about the introductory offers that you may get on some of your credit cards. If you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, you get 100,000 points. That's that's a lot of value just to get you in the door. Now, credit card companies have to recoup on that cost some kind of way, right? And the way that they do that is through your swipes. So when you swipe your credit card, one, the merchant that you swipe that credit card with, they pay them. So when people when people pay me for, credit repair, when they pay us for our university membership, when they pay us, we pay the merchant a fee. So we pay American Express, $3 or something per transaction. This is the reason why some companies, they'd say only debit or only cash, because us as business owners, we have to eat some of those fees that credit card users don't see, right? You don't see those fees. So the reality of it is credit card companies only get paid when you swipe their cards. So if you're not paying interest payments because you're paying it off every statement, right? Every statement due, you're paying it off. So you're not paying any interest. So they're not necessarily making money off of you, but they are making money off of the merchants that you swipe that card with. So ultimately, they want to recoup the cost back that it costs to acquire you as a customer. So you can ask them for a retention offer. Now, retention offer is when you call up the company and you say, hey, I'm thinking about closing this credit card. I like the credit card. I like the benefits, but I'm trying to cut back on costs and I'm not really seeing the value in it right now. Can you offer me a retention offer? And some of them will. They'll offer you either bonus point offers. They'll offer you either statement credits, or they'll offer you statement credits, bonus points, and I'm drawing a blank on the third one. But there are different offers that they will give you to retain you as a customer. Or they'll waive your annual fee. I don't know how I forgot that one. Or they'll waive your annual fee the next year. So there's a lot of ways that you can go about it. But if you really do want to keep your credit cards, keep them. Just make sure that you're utilizing them so you can get the benefits out of them. But if you're not going to utilize them, downgrade them. And if you're not really wanting to downgrade them, then call them up and say, hey, you got a retention offer for me? Like I'm thinking about closing this thing out. I'm not really sure, but if you can give me an offer, let's go for it. Now, some companies won't do this. I've called Chase several times trying to get a retention offer, and they will never do it. They just don't do it. So, some companies won't do it for you. But honestly, I get most of my value out of my Chase cards anyway. Chase has an amazing selection of credit cards. I can't say it enough. As a matter of fact, one of my students, Latasha, you in the house? She just got approved for a $21,000 credit card with Chase. So proud of her. Just got started, jumped into one of our huddles, got some new information, a little encouragement. And then she went and applied for a Chase Inc. business credit card and got approved for $21,000. Good job, girl. That's what it's all about, because credit card companies want to give it to you. They really do. But you just got to position yourself to get it. Now, yeah, so that's the fourth tip, y'all, is either downgrade your cards, get maybe a retention offer, or just try to eliminate those annual fees if you can, because those annual fees can eat up your pockets. Number 5, all right, you want to negotiate your bills. So a lot of people, for whatever reason, never negotiate. And I have become the negotiation master. I always call up my companies, my cable companies, cell phone companies. I call them up and say, hey, I call them up like at least once a year. And I ask them, hey, do you have any promo offers? Got any promotional offers? I've been with you guys for 4 years. I've been paying everything on time. You got me on auto pay. I need to save some money. The recession is coming. I need to save some money. How can you help me save some money? I don't want to switch my servicer. I want to stay with you. But this other service is looking pretty good right now. Looking mighty fine with that lower fee. What can you do for me so I can stick around? You'll be amazed at how often that will work. How they'll give you an introductory promo offer that they'll probably only give to their new customers. Or there's different ways that you can negotiate these things. We talk about this in the Money Mastery class, y'all. So all my university students that are watching this live right now, if you have not already gone through that Money Mastery class, you need to be going through that Money Mastery class, because that Money Mastery class is literally going to teach you how to pay off your debt, how to save more money, how to create a system around your money and your credit, something that you definitely cannot fail with. It's easy breezy, easy to follow, and it gets results. So at the end of the day, if you don't learn how to negotiate away your bills and negotiate away fees, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're voluntarily giving money away that you can keep in your pocket. And I give you the scripts and the templates and everything in the Money Mastery class. So head over to the Money Mastery class, print out those scripts and templates, call up the people that you do business with and negotiate those fees away. Negotiate. One really great way to save some money on a lot of your bills is just to put them on auto pay. Y'all, do you realize that when you do paperless billing or when you do auto pay, a lot of companies will actually give you money off of your bill for that? It's true. I mean, sure, it's like $5, $10, but it still adds up over the year. And it's money in your pocket that you can save and redirect it into places that's going to pay you, that's going to give you money. It's no reason why you should be working so hard for your money and giving it away. I want you to keep most of your money. And most of that is going to be in your communication and negotiation skills. So if you don't feel confident about negotiating away fees, if you don't feel confident about calling up your creditors or calling up, the people that you're paying and doing business with to say, hey, I need you to give me a better deal, then you missing out. You're missing out. So head over to that Money Mastery class, y'all. Go through that course. If you're not a university student, definitely get a university. You'll get access to the Money Mastery class to teach you all of these strategies because you're definitely going to need them if you want to get the most out of your money and recession-proof yourself. Number 6 is I want you all to think about buying things in bulk too. Tissue paper, dishwashing liquid, things around the house that you're probably already paying for. If you can buy them in bulk, that will definitely be helpful for you. And the next tip is use a credit card that gives you points and rewards. Now, one of my favorite credit cards in my wallet is my Amazon Prime card. One of my favorite cards. Now, the reason why it's one of my favorite cards is because when I use it, which is often, I get 5% back on every dollar that I spend. So I buy everything off of Amazon. I mean, I've got tissue paper on subscription at this point. I have tissue paper on subscription. I've got dishwasher pods that are on subscription, like all these things on subscription that I know that we're going to need anyway. And so I just put it on my credit card and we get 5% back on every dollar that I spend. Not only that, we also do grocery delivery. So they have Amazon Fresh. And they also have Whole Food delivery. And you can get 5% back on every dollar that you spend if you spend on the Amazon Prime credit card. So 5% back is a lot compared to most credit cards in the market. Most credit cards give you 1 to 2% back at a 2% max. 1.5% is like the average, right? But 5%, come on, y'all. We get so much free stuff just because of the 5% that we get back. So get that 5% back on your credit cards. Get credit cards that give you rewards, points. And the reason why I want to tell y'all to get you some cards that give you cash back is because technically cash back is a secondary income. It's really a passive income when you think about it. When you're swiping on your credit cards and you're getting, tens of thousands of dollars back just because you're swiping it. Not only are you getting the cash back, but it's free money because I'm teaching you to pay the credit card off before the statement date. And if you pay the credit card off before the statement date, you don't pay any interest. So you literally get free money from the banks and cash back that you can deposit either back into your checking account or you can get, gift cards, or you can do a lot of things with your cash back. You can invest it. There's a lot of different things you can go about it. But having a cash back credit card is literally like putting passive income in your wallet. Literally, it's like putting passive income in your wallet. It's a stream of income that you're going to get automatically for spending on things, for spending on your credit card and buying things that you were going to buy anyway. You were going to pay the credit. You were going to pay the water bill anyway. You were going to pay the cable bill anyway. You're going to pay the internet bill anyway. You're going to pay it anyway. So you might as well get paid back when you pay the bill. It's a passive source of income. Talk about recession proof. One of the main ways to recession proof yourself is to create different sources of passive income. That's a proven way to recession proof yourself, is to have different sources of passive income. And cashback credit cards are a source of passive income. As long as you pay the credit card off before the statement date, you avoid interest payments. So you don't pay any interest on it. It's free money, y'all. So get yourself some credit cards that give you cash back. Now, most credit cards that give you cash back, you're going to need average to good personal credit. So you can expect to have 640 credit scores if you want to get a credit card that gives you cash back. Okay. So be working on your personal credit, because you can literally put a source of passive income right there in your wallet. The next thing that I want you guys to know, tip number 8, is I want you to acquire some recession-proof skills. Now, what does that mean, Jerry? Acquiring recession-proof skill sets means that you're going to step out of dependence and step into independence. Now, here's why. When a recession typically happens, a lot of people get laid off their jobs. Some of the most talented people end up jobless. And that is unfortunate, but there is a way that you can combat that. And the way that you combat that is by monetizing on your current skill sets. Now, the way our economy works, our capitalistic economy, the way capitalism works is a person that produces more value is a person that gets paid the most. That's basically how it works in our economy. So if you produce more value, you get paid more money. That's typically how it works. Now, business owners see this the most because business owners generally are the people that produce in the economy. They produce goods, they produce services, they produce jobs, they produce something in the market. It's the consumers. It's, our 9-to-5ers. It's the people that are working so hard that are not benefiting from this. So the current skill set that you currently have, can you monetize on it? Can you make money on it if you lost your job today? If you lost your job today, can you monetize on your skill set? And if you don't know how, it's very important that you do learn. One of my favorite speakers of all time is Jim Rohn. And one thing that Jim Rohn says is profits are better than wages. Now, this in every sense is very true. One, because you can control your profits. You can't really control your wages. Your employer controls your wages. And the only way that you can either get paid more is if they give you a raise or if you go get a different job that pays more, right? So if you want to earn more money as an employee, there's some limitations there. But if you want to earn more money and profit as a business owner, there's a lot more flexibility and there's a lot more opportunity there for you to do that. A whole lot more opportunity to do that. But the only way you're going to be able to do this is if you have the skill set to do it. Unfortunately, we live in a society where everybody seems to make it seem like building a business and being an entrepreneur is like the easiest thing on the planet. I wish. If it were easy, everybody would do it. If it were easy, everybody would be successful at it, but everyone isn't because it's not easy. It's very hard work. It's consistency, it's dedication, it's commitment. It's a real life commitment. And so if you're not ready to make that kind of commitment, that's fine. But if you want to start off small, you can do that by just monetizing on some simple skill sets. Now, there are a lot of skill sets that are monetizable. I don't even know if that's a word, but there's so much opportunity out here, right? I mean, people are getting paid for creating YouTube videos. They're being paid for creating Instagram reels. They're getting paid for just monetizing on their genius. And we all are geniuses. You're a genius. You are a genius. And it's time for you to apply your wisdom because you were given that wisdom for a reason. You were given that genius for a reason. You were blessed with that for a reason. And so don't bottle it up. Don't hide it. Use it. Capitalize on it because that is how our economy works. Is that you got to capitalize on something if you want to grow your income and if you want to recession-proof yourself. And so go get you some recession-proof skill sets. One of the most recession-proof skill sets that I know of is sales. Sales is one of the most recession-proof skill sets ever. And most of the people that are really good at sales make the most money. Now, sales doesn't have to be like this slimy, slick kind of thing, but it can definitely help you make more money, stabilize your income. And it is without a doubt a recession-proof skill set. Now, if you don't have any recession-proof skill sets, Then my tip number 9 for you is going to be to check your network. Check your network out. The people that are around you, the people that are in your community, your circle, right? Now, they say that birds of a feather flock together. And when you think about the people that you're hanging around, when you're thinking about the people that you're spending all of your time with, what value does that bring into your life? Are your friends, are your family, are the people in your immediate circle of influence able to teach you something? Are they able to help you monetize on a skill set? Are they able to help you grow something bigger than yourself? Are they there to help you feed your dreams? What are they there for? And if your network is not able to give you the resources, and your network doesn't even have the resources, doesn't know where to find the resources, then it's time for you to get a new circle. Elevation requires separation. I hear it all the time, and it's true. But the reality of it is this. If you want bigger and better in your life, but you're hanging around small people, it's impossible. If you want bigger and better, you got to hang around bigger and better. You got to be about bigger and better if you want bigger and better. So if you want to recession-proof yourself, hang around recession-proof people. Learn from recession-proof people. That's how you do it. You don't learn how to recession-proof yourself from someone that's barely making it. You recession-proof yourself by hanging around people that are already recession-proof, that are already there, that are already doing it. That is who you want to surround yourself with. So create a network and take a look at your network and see, is my network capable of exposing me to the resources and the opportunities that I need to be bigger and better? And if it isn't, sorry, my friends, I love you so much, but it's time for you to change your circle. Without a doubt, it's time for you to change your circle. When I change my circle, y'all, I'm from Chicago, south side of Chicago, Inglewood, the hood. Okay. I grew up in an atmosphere that did not at all groom us to be successful. The atmosphere and the environment that I grew up in was an environment of stricken in poverty. It was an environment of lack. It was an environment of crabs in a barrel. That's how the environment was there. And I had come to a point in my life where I was tired of being mediocre. I was tired of living my life on default and not by design. I was tired of not living my life the way I truly wanted to live it. I was tired of leaving my kids with strangers. I was tired of spending more time at work than more time with my family. I was tired. And I made the decision to say enough is enough. I can't keep living my life like this. I can't keep doing this to myself and to my family. I can't. And so I got up, I left the environment, and I created a new one for myself that I could thrive. I stopped listening to crazy music. I stopped watching TV that was terrible for me. And I reprogrammed myself. And I reprogrammed myself to be a winner. I reprogrammed myself to do everything that I thought I couldn't do. I reprogrammed myself to create an environment that was suitable for me. And you should do the same exact thing. And so if you're in an environment where you feel like you're stuck, if you're in an environment where you feel like your voice and your energy and everything is so stifled and you can't grow, then it's time for you to cross on over and create a new environment where you can. That is something that you do indeed have control over. Control what you can control, but you can indeed control your environment. You can control that. And then once you do, a lot of your circumstances that you're dealing with right now that you don't like will change. I am God's witness. I'm a witness. I have seen it time and time again, not with just myself, but with students, family, friends, people that have totally transformed their life and circumstances, all by just learning new things, hanging around new people. You'll be amazed. You will be amazed. One of my very good friends, very, very good friends. She was actually one of the first people that I hired in my business. I hired her like 4 years ago. At the time, she was just trying to get started in real estate. She had been dibbling and dabbling in it for some years. Didn't have a lot of major successes. And it's funny that when we got connected and she started to learn things from me and she started to really soak in that knowledge, she then went on to create her own brokerage, y'all. Started her own real estate brokerage into today. As a matter of fact, this weekend, she has a grand opening for her facility. 4 years from not loving her circumstances to totally turning her life around. just by learning new things, hanging around new people. So don't take your network and don't take that for granted, because I can guarantee you that once you change your circle, you will indeed change your life. That you will indeed change your life. Number 10 is you want to make some smart investments. Now, a lot of people say, well, we're in a recession, Jerry. Shouldn't you be saving money instead of investing? In some cases, yes. But if you see a really good investment opportunity, take it. Right now, the stock market is going crazy. It's tanking. Bitcoin and all the tanking. But in some cases, this could be an opportunity. In some cases, this can be an opportunity for you to catch in on some deals. Let me tell you something. What goes down always got to come up. What goes up got to come down. That's just how it works. So don't be afraid of it. Just pay attention. Pay attention and see, is this a good opportunity for me to jump in and make some money? Or is this an opportunity for me to think about it from that perspective? Don't do it. Don't do it hastily. Like, don't do it too fast. Really think about it. Consider the pros and the cons. Do some research. But if there's an investment opportunity that you can definitely take advantage of, that can give you the ROI that you're looking for, take it. Because in these type of markets, sometimes that'll actually work. It's a good idea to do it. So, but be smart. Consult with an investing professional, because I'm not an investing professional. But investing is always going to bring you one step closer to wealth and also one step closer to stability. And stability is the key if you want to be recession proof. Next, you want to lower your tax obligations. It's number 11. Lower your tax obligations. Now, for people that are working a 9-to-5, have you checked out your W4 or W9? I get them confused. When you sign up, right? When you take that job, you fill out a W. It's one of those W's, W4, W9, I forget. But when you fill out that paperwork, they ask you about dependents, they ask you about exemptions, they ask you about all this stuff. And some people don't claim their exemptions on that tax paperwork. Maybe you should. Maybe you should go on back and redo that paperwork, change it so that you can keep more of your money in your pocket. See, when you're working hard, you're working so hard, but you're paying it in taxes. And truthfully speaking, our 9-to-5ers, if you're a 9-to-5 and you're working a job, you're paying a lot of money in taxes. So reduce some of your tax obligations by changing that paperwork and claiming more of your exemptions that you may actually be entitled to. Second, you can also start a business. Starting a business can help you offset a lot of your tax obligations and save you so much money. You'd be amazed just in tax dollars. And so I'm not saying everybody is meant to start a business, but if you have a side hustle, which is a next tip, tip number 12, start a side hustle. Start a business, start a side hustle. These are opportunities for you to make more money, because let's be honest, you can't really be recession proof if you're relying solely on a 9-to-5 job. So that's the reality. You can't be recession proof if you're only solely relying on the income from your job, because if you lose your job, then what's going to happen then? Right? So start a business, or maybe start a side hustle, something that can help you bring in extra income, because bringing in extra income is what is going to create financial stability, and it's going to help you create a system that's recession proof. So I don't have a lot of tips on how you can start a business today, but just know that starting a business, or maybe even a side hustle like Ubering, or, monetizing on your skill sets, if you sew or if you sing, or maybe you play an instrument, or maybe you like to bake, cook, monetize on it, y'all. This is what our great economy is built on, monetizing your God-given gifts, and I love it. So and then the last tip, y'all, is to not panic. Make sure I got all of these actually. Yep, last tip is not to panic. All right, don't panic. Mainly because, like I said, recessions are inevitable. They are going to happen. It's just going to happen. You can't fight it. You can't hide from it. It's going to happen. Instead of being afraid of it, instead of panicking, prepare yourself for them. Prepare yourself from when that day does come, so that you don't have to worry about what's going to happen to your money. You have to worry about what's going to happen to your credit, because you already have a plan in place. It's always the people that don't have a plan that panic. And the people that do have a plan hardly break a sweat, because they have a plan in place. And so these are really good ways for you to recession-proof yourself, recession-proof your finances. But don't panic, y'all. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Just be prepared, all right? Just be prepared. And so I'm going to actually throw this on the screen really quick in case you guys did not see it all. All right, so you guys see it. 13 ways to recession-proof your finances. 1, improve and protect your credit scores. 2, pay down high-interest debt. Consolidate your debt if you can. Lower your rates. Use a balance transfer card. Check credit cards with annual fees, okay? If you got some annual fees, get rid of them or maybe downgrade those cards. Ask for a retention offer if they offer those, right? If you don't want to close them out, you want to keep them, but you're like, hey, I'm not getting nothing out of this deal. I need something. Hit them up and see. All right, negotiate those bills down. Buy things in bulk to save some money. Utilize your cash back credit cards. If you don't have any cash back credit cards, work on your credit so you can qualify for those cash back credit cards. Acquire recession-proof skill sets. There's so many of them, okay? There's so many skill sets. You probably already have one that you're not even monetizing right now, but acquire some recession-proof skill sets. Make some smart investments. Lower your tax obligations. Start a business or a side hustle. Y'all, check your network and don't panic. Don't panic, y'all. Yes, that was a lot of information. This has been recorded in case y'all jumped in here a little late. In case you jumped in here a little late, it was like, oh, I didn't see it all. It's all good. This has been recorded. And so I hope y'all got some good information today. Let me see it in the chat. What did you guys get out of today's session? What's your biggest takeaway today from today's session? What's your biggest takeaway from today's session? W4. Thank y'all. It is a W4. Yes, indeed. So here's the deal. I want you guys to be prepared. I want you all to be ready. I want you all to not be afraid. I want you all to be able to stand up to the inevitable and still be able to win. And in order for you guys to be able to do that is you have to be prepared. You have to have the steps. You have to have the methods. You have to have the training. You have to have, the knowledge, the resources. You have to have the community, the network. You have to have all these things if you truly want to win. And so I want to invite you all to join me in my Flyy Credit University. Our Flyy Credit University teaches you everything that you could possibly need to know to play and win the credit game. So if you want to learn how to repair your credit, check out the How to Repair Your Credit course. If you want to learn how to build 850 credit scores, check out the 850 Blueprint course. If you want to save more money, pay off debt, negotiate away those fees, check out our Money Mastery course. If you want to make more money, check out our credit and cash flow course. If you want to travel the world for free using credit, check out my Travel Hacker course. And if you want to build you some business credit, check out my Business Credit Accelerator course. Everything that we teach you is everything that you probably wanted to know regarding personal and business credit. And we teach it all to you in our Flyy Credit University. If you want to get in on that, it's really easy. All you got to do is go to flycredit.com/consultation. That's FLYY credit.com/consultation. And we'll be able to teach you all how to get that thing started. Okay. It's really easy to do. No guesswork. Actionable strategies you could take all the way to the bank, period. Okay. I know it works not only for myself, but for my students, and we're always making it happen. So I am so happy that I am deeming you. I'm deeming you right now. Wait, let me see. Recession proof. You all are deemed recession proof right now. Okay. After today, you are now deemed recession proof. And so I am so excited to be able to help you all with recession proofing your finances and your business and your credit. And it's really that first step towards having the financial foundation that you need to be successful, right? To win the credit game, because I know you can do it. If you don't know you can do it, I'm your credit bestie. If you don't have one right now, I could be your credit bestie to help you win and play that credit game. So here's the thing. So all my people in the house that have jumped in here on my Flyy Credit University students, y'all know how we get down. So all my current Flyy Credit University students that are in the house right now, you do have the opportunity to earn you some points today for joining today's session. All you got to do is click the link in the chat so that you can get those points. Now, here's how it works. You got to click the link in the chat, make a comment on the post and let me know what's your biggest takeaway today. And then once we get that, we approve it, you will be awarded your points. Now, when you get you some points, you can use the points to redeem for cool Flyy Credit gear. So you can use the points and redeem them for shirts like these, wallets, t-shirts, sweatshirts, cups, mugs. It's in there, and it's in there to help you with rewarding you for showing up and taking action. So make sure you click the link in the chat so you can get access to those points and get those points, y'all. And if you have any interest in learning how to play the winning game and win the credit game with us, feel free to schedule a free consultation. Fill out that application. We'll review it. We'll give you a call, and we'll see if it's a good fit for you so that we can help you start playing and winning the credit game the right way the first time. I am always, oh, snap, something is happening to my connection. Guys, can you hear and see everything okay? Drop a one in the chat just to make sure everyone can hear and see everything okay for me. Sometimes my connection acts a little funky. I want to make sure that you guys get your points. All right, let's see. I don't know why my iPhone is trying to find itself. All right, let's see if you guys can hear and see everything okay. I want to make sure that you get your points. Something weird is going on with my connection right now. But if you guys can hear and see everything okay, let me know in the chat. If so, okay, yeah, I think we're good. Okay, great. All right, cool. So here's the thing, y'all. All right, if you're a university student, click the link in the chat. And then once you click the link in the chat, make a comment on the post. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway today so that you can claim your points for joining today's session. And if you want to join our Flyy Credit University community, if you want to learn how to play and win the credit game the right way the first time with us, if you want to learn every single credit secret and strategy you could ever want to learn in your life, then join us over there. We're always having a lot of fun. We're always learning, teaching, and having a good time. It's really, really a good time. It's a community of winners. And I invite you to join our community of winners if you want to be a credit winner too. So thank y'all so much for joining today's happy hour session. Again, my name is Jerry Tolliver, CEO of Flyy Credit. We do this every single Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, live. So if you want to jump in on our next session, just see me here next week. And we are going to be talking more about playing and winning the credit game, personal credit, business credit. That's what it's all about. So I will see y'all next time. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and God bless.